Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are every day. People like to welcome me out to the show. You know, I try to do shows at least once a day. Sometimes I get caught up in just the daily routine of life, and I'm not able to conduct the show. But today, something just compelled me to speak on this subject, right? And the subject is called time and knowledge. If you all noticed that I did that lecture about 2 days ago on phase 2, which it was about gather knowledge, get knowledge, right? So you can know how to maneuver after this COVID thing ends. As you all know, if you heard the Criterion speech by Minister Farrakhan, as he stated that this coronavirus, we haven't seen nothing. Yes, it's going to get worse. And after he said that on July 4th, you notice that they're coming out saying, yeah, this thing is getting worse. They really don't know much about it. They don't know how to stop it because how can they stop something that they didn't create or that they don't have a hand in it? And even if they were the authors of it, hell, the universe done took control of that thing and made it into something that they can't deal with. But underneath the coronavirus, right? And now we getting into time and knowledge, you know. When 6,000 years ago, when the colonizer was permitted to rule for up to 6,000 years, he was given one book of mathematics to advance his civilization. But there's other farther mathematics that he don't know anything about. But the original man in his Akashic records knows about these higher forms of mathematics. So the colonizer used white supremacy mixed in with that one book of mathematics in order to rule for a specific period of time. But he exhausted all the wisdom in that one book of mathematics, and so he don't have anything to grab a hold of or grab a hold to take him further into time. So will he humble himself to save civilization and go to those who know what to do to take him further into time? Or will he just say, well, if I can't be in control of everything and be the ruler over everything, then I'll just sit and just let everything cave in upon itself? Because that character is starting to come into play. What character are the people who are rulers over this society and civilization? Who are they, you know? Do they have the attributes of God? Or do they have the attributes of Satan? We'll all see which one it is by how things play out. You know, is the ones in control, let's say, i.e. your president. We get an election cycle is coming up. Do your president have the capacity of caring to do what's right for all the American people, or are he just championing the cause of some? You know, we'll see. You know, and we're looking at this thing, right? Everyone is viewing this thing, and they're getting their opinions, and some people are waking up wondering, and they're asking the question, well, why don't the government do this? Well, why don't the leaders do that? You know, it seemed like it would make sense if they would just do this. And the answer to that is that white supremacy and racism run so deep within society to where they would rather suffer than even have the audacity or the thought of a melanated person, or what they deem as a minority, or a colored person, as they call it, to have them being seen as an equal to the white supremacists. It seemed like that's first and foremost on the agenda is to put themselves always in a position of supremacy, even though it's a false sense of supremacy, because when you look around, they're sinking too. But I guess as long as in their mindset that they can believe it, then so be it, even though reality seems to say something different. Okay, so how long do we play along with the game? How long do minorities play along with the white supremacist game? Or are we so engulfed in the game to where we blinded by the game and we can't see our way out the maze, like we're entrapped in the maze, right? And that's why you always hear me say names like the Army Elijah Muhammad and Brother Farrakhan, or you hear me say Noble Drew Ali or Marcus Garvey, whatever, because I see these men as those who knew the direction out of the maze, meaning that they can teach you how to rise above the maze and put yourself outside of the maze at once with the knowledge that they're teaching. I haven't seen anything outside of that other than the metaphysical realm. But I haven't seen anything outside of that that could remove you out of a maze or out of a cage that was set up to keep you in. Because the thinking and the ideologies and the narratives that was given to black people was always given in a way that no matter which way you went, you still would be trapped in the maze or in the cage or in the matrix. You know, meaning no matter what form, you can say, well, I'm a Baptist. You can say, well, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. You can say, well, I'm a Jesus church, God in Christ. You can say, I'm a Latter-day Saint. They don't mind that because they saying, okay, well, good. Be all that, because at the end of it, they set it up to where either you're going to run into a white Jesus, right? You're going to run into the 501c3 nonprofit that they monitor. You're going to run into something when you try to get out to where they'll be the gatekeepers, right? So it don't matter what you call yourself or what you stress that it is that you are. They won't matter at the end of the day because you still will be engulfed in their system, right? And that's what they count on. So, but when you want to step outside the maze, outside the matrix, then you would do something 180 degrees different. Now you studying Islam. Now you giving back their names. You know, now you creating your own narrative. Now you starting to say, you know what, we need to unite. We need to do for self. You know what, we need to stop all the killing within the community. You know, we need to start working together and build our own little whatever. I don't care what you call it. You can say you can build your own community, call it Little Africa. You can build your own community, call it Little. You can call it the community of the original man and woman. You can call it the Black Natives, the Black Native Town. You can call it more USA. You know, okay, that's all good, but at the end of the day, as long as we control our own destiny, and we got street signs that's saying Noble Drew Ali or Elijah Muhammad Lane or Farrakhan Boulevard. These are our streets that we name within our community because just like the Asians did. You know, we gonna do the same thing in time. So, but in order to do that is what I'm saying is you got to see it. And you got to have the mindset to want to see it coming to fruition. What I'm saying, that has to be on your mind. You have to visualize it. You have to actually see it to where you can damn near touch it. You have to believe in it so strong, and then it'll come into being. The reason why we don't see that yet throughout is because we don't believe that strong enough that it can happen. And the reason being is because you got somebody in the way, and their job was to keep you off guard. Their job was to, whatever you tried to do, their job was to take it over. Their job was to make you think that what you created wasn't nothing, and they would laugh at it, but yet behind closed doors, they trying to figure out how you did it, and they trying to operate it and take it over. Their job was to make you think that the melanin in your skin wasn't good enough, or something was wrong with it, or make you despise yourself. Those are warlike tactics. It's propaganda. They supposed to do that if they want to stay in power. They just didn't think that we fought for it for this long of time. They didn't know how good that they planned and worked on us. They didn't assume it. They like, damn, what we put together is still working in this 2020. They think that they thought, let's put it that way. They thought they had figured us out. They figured, okay, this is what we'll do. Every so often, we'll kill them legally, police brutality. We'll knock them out. Most they gonna do is sing a song, or they'll march, raise a little hell, and they'll go back home. They were like, hey, we can withstand that. They might do a little ride, and we might lose a couple of $1 million, but that's the price. That's the price you pay in war and doing business, and that's their mindset. But they had no idea that it would explode to the level that it exploded, as it did after George Floyd and Elijah McClain, and Miss Breonna Taylor. They had no idea that it was going to explode to those heights, right? Because they don't believe that God bags black people. Matter of fact, they don't even think we had a God that would come to our aid or our rescue. That's why they was doing some of the things that they were doing towards us, right? But now we're bearing witness, and we actually seeing that way. There is a higher power that's bagging black people. There's a higher power that's on the side of right. And the prophecies are true. Those that will last will be made first. As Brother Khalid Muhammad said, who's behind black people? When they say the last will become first, well, who's behind us in America? You look behind us, ain't nobody there, but a reflection of us. So we the last that's got to be raised to the top. The bottom rail headed to the top rail. In time, it's just that regardless, the time is just waiting on us to believe that we are who the scriptures say we are. It's waiting on us to believe it. I mean, we've been knocked in the head and tore down and beat up so much to the fact that it takes time. And it takes methods, and it takes teaching and preaching and talking to just to get us to believe that we have that much value and God loves us that much to where he put us first. You saw him look in the mirror and be like, no, not me. Me, God cares that much about me and myself that he want to see something good for me. I mean, the whole world despised and rejected me. The whole world didn't love me. The whole world portrayed me negative all on the TV, and images tried to make me be ashamed of everything about me, from my hair to my lips, you know what I mean, to my color. They wrote these scripts to make fun of me, and you trying to tell me that there's some value in it. There's some value in it because you were the first beings ever created. All lives come from the black man and woman, so you should boast in that. And you should be thankful for teachers, scholars, the minister, for teaching you a knowledge, true knowledge, that's different from what your oppressor or your slave master taught you. Somebody that can be bold enough to say, no, this is what it is. This is who you are. Don't fall for the tricks. As a matter of fact, give him back his name and give him back everything that he gave you, and go for yourself and learn and build and get the true knowledge. So you can build up your self-esteem and your self-worth to where your self-worth is not predicated on what another man deems it's predicated upon. So that's where we at today. I mean, we coming into something to where we have to be in the mindset to prepare ourselves to be the next leaders of society. You have to fathom the thought. You have to be prepared. You have to see yourself. And then you would have to say, you know what you have to do? You have to say, what kind of leader would I be? You got to ask yourself that. Would you be righteous? Would you want to see justice for all? Fairness? You got to ask yourself these questions, to see where you qualify in this new beginning. Because anybody, and listen to me good, man, y'all check this out for real. Anybody that's melanated, right, attempt to recreate the mindset of the oppressor, or attempt to do the works or working on behalf of the oppressor, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. I don't care how much money they give you and try to dance you out in front of the people and try to put the people back to sleep and sprinkle some dust on them or whatever. It's not happening, man. Days is gone. You got to make up your mind on which side you want to be on. You want to stand with the colonizer, you're gonna stand with your people. That's the value of the decision that needs to be made today. You got to ask yourself which side of the fence you want to be on. You gonna be with the colonizer, or you gonna be with your people that's bringing in a new mindset and a new unity. So while you got time, because the COVID ain't over yet, so you got time to kick around the decisions and position yourself and see where you stand and see what type of world that you would like to see being brought in. And the thing is, just make sure that you're not on the contrary side. Just make sure you're on the side of the right. That's all. And weigh it out. Do your mathematics on it. Because at this point, no one is going to force you or take you by the hand and lead you where you need to go. Because in this valley of the decision, instinctively, from your heart, from your inner being, from your inner self, you're going to move with that, with and within that rhythm anyway, to which side that you're going to be on. Your rhythm, your vibration, your sound is going to move you to where you need to be anyway, because of your actions and your deeds and your mindset. So you're going to wind up on one side or the other anyway, regardless. So just weigh things out. Do your mathematics on it. Just sit back and discover and learn and you decide what type of new world, new kingdom that you would like to see come into view. Verbal Pick Radio. We are.